Welcome to the Small Business Breakthrough Series, where every week we are interviewing small business owners that support small business owners. And today we have a special guest. Zach Brick is a seasoned marketing professional and the CEO of Pulse Marketing Solutions, a full service agency. This guy is into all sorts of stuff. He's not just doing marketing. He's got some software development things going on behind the scenes. He even has an interesting med spa thing going on. So we're going to dive in and we're going to learn a little bit more about Zach, where he comes from, and why he loves to support small businesses. Zach, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really psyched to be here, Jason. Thank you.
Hey, can you give us a quick intro to Pulse Marketing Solutions and how your business is solving your clients' problems?
For sure. So, one of the biggest pieces of running a small business is making sure that you can get your name out there, get your presence out there, show up where you need to show, whether that's Google or on social media. And marketing is absolutely essential for that. Now, we've really developed some super complex systems that make it super easy for the small business to run their business and not have to worry about that side of it. So that's basically the gist of it. We do have really a parent company. Pulse Marketing Solutions is our parent company, and we do serve primarily the med spa niche, and we've grown quite a bit there. But we started as a generalist agency. What that means is we served pretty much anybody and everybody, and we still do to a degree, but we're definitely a little bit more selective now. And we've really streamlined our services now for health and wellness.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I noticed a little bit on your LinkedIn profile. You've got some prenatal stuff going on in a venture that I'd love to dive into as we continue the conversation, but we'll get to that in a minute. As you're going, you've done, it looks like you've been building businesses of various sorts over the years. And what has been the inspiration for you to decide to build this business and dive into med spa specifically?
Yeah, happy to answer that question. So, my initial career started in corporate. I worked for big dealerships in marketing and sales as a sales director. Particularly, there was a store in Boulder, Colorado here, McKedon Cadillac GMC Buick, and I started way back in like 2007, 2008. Started as a salesperson, just like everybody. You got to start somewhere. And I always had a knack for technology. Like my brother, he's a software engineer for Yahoo. So like I grew up in a family that was very much technically inclined, and for whatever reason, I ended up in this sales position, and I worked my way up eventually through salesperson to internet director to internet sales manager to sales director, and by the time I got to sales director, I was doing everything. And if you're familiar with dealerships, there's a lot of software and back end DMS software, CRM software, marketing platforms that we work with. And I actually was in the industry for 15 years, which is crazy. I really loved it. At the same time, it never really like meshed with what I wanted to do. It just didn't really fit. But I was making money, and when you're making money and you're feeling good about life and you're able to pay the bills and take care of your kids, it feels good. Well, about 2 years ago, I was informed that they were selling the store, and so I had to make a decision. I had to kind of come to Jesus moment, I should say. And I was thinking to myself, so I've got two kids. I've got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. I'm thinking to myself, I've missed a lot of time, watching my son grow up, and my wife got to participate in that. And I didn't really want to repeat that with my daughter. And so this just comes down to the base, like quality of life thing for most of us small business owners. Like, do we want to work so much that we miss all of the key moments that you just can't get back? So I had all of this experience in software and technology and sales management and websites and all the things that you have to run a big store. And I said, you know what? I can do this myself. And I stepped out and I took the leap. And it's been amazing since I did that. It's really given me the opportunity to be more present at home with family, and it's given me the opportunity to kind of break free of the norm.
Zach, that is amazing to hear. Now, what I want to dive into a little bit of that because a lot of small business owners, as they're starting out, they feel they end up the exact opposite. They end up being buried and completely overcome by their business. How did you keep that dry, you're a driven individual obviously, but how did you keep it manageable so that you could spend time with the family and still grow a successful business?
Yeah, man. Great question. Time management is so essential running a small business. So you really have to like line out your days. So I look at every week very carefully, and I have special times allotted for certain types of activities. But as a CEO, what you realize is that I enjoy building websites. I enjoy building the back end of software. The problem is you get into the weeds doing stuff like this. And when you're running a company, you need to make sure that primarily 80% of your activities are money generating activities, things that actually will bring income in. And I like to be the face of sales. So I like to, handle all of those sales transactions with new onboarding for customers. And one way I've been able to manage my time better is to really be strategic about what my activities are on a weekly basis. So, Mondays and Tuesdays are typically all production days and admin, and Thursdays and Fridays are sales days. And then I'm delegating. I figured out that, listen, a lot of times I always had this feeling that, oh, I could do it better or I know how to do it. And one thing you really have to let go of as an agency owner or a business owner is you have to be able to delegate certain tasks and trust in other people to do those tasks and make sure that you set up a schedule for assignment. And then, software is very important. There's a lot of options to manage, your daily tasks. There's Monday, there's ClickUp. There's lots of good opportunities for you to take all of the tasks that you have on a weekly basis and throw them into a really awesome tool to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, Zach, that you bring up some really great points in the sense that and it's the stuff that I talk about frequently in my channel and my content is the delegation of to others and the trust in others and time blocking your week is critical in being able to say, and then holding true to, hey, at 4 o'clock, it's time for me to go home and get the kids, and we're taking the evening off. Those customer issues can wait until the morning. In digital marketing, especially, like there's not anything that's really so critical that you've got to jump into at night. And if there is, get some other people that can be able to help. That is amazing and awesome. How would you say that Pulse Media is differentiating itself from the rest of the digital marketing space?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I hate to say this, but industry average for marketing companies for actually generating leads and providing quality services is actually pretty low. So, unfortunately, the bar is set so low that a lot of agencies are able to still take on business and take on new clients without really providing that much value. So, right there, case in point, we provide way more value. When you sign up for paid ad services with us, whether it's Google or Facebook or Meta, we have some of the most advanced reporting tools that we give to our clients for free. We give them access to our CRM for free. Okay. And that's obviously dependent on what kind of services they have. But when you have a very robust software platform behind you, not only does it provide a better experience for the client, but it also makes for a better way to track and measure the results that you're providing for those clients. So ultimately, we do it better. We do it way better because we measure those results and we adjust our advertising accordingly.
Yeah, so you heard it, listeners, like paying attention to results, paying attention to KPIs, key performance indicators, tracking the data, those that are willing to share that data with you and show you that there is movement are the ones that are A, trustworthy, but B, the ones that are leading those in the industry. Let's be real. You didn't start your business to feel stuck, overwhelmed, or bored out of your mind. But yet, here you are, spinning, stalled, or just chasing every shiny object just to stay motivated. And I know exactly how you feel because I used to do the same thing. But that's why I built the Momentum community for founders like you. It's for people who are ready to get serious, simplify, and build a business that actually moves forward. It uses peer accountability, and it's what I used to be able to grow my business successfully and have a great exit. Does this sound like something you need? Click the link in the description below and let's have a conversation. Enjoy the rest of the show. What's a recent project that you've been able to, that's like maybe in the element of like really energized you and been like, this is exactly why I got into this business?
Yeah, 100%. So obviously we've niched down to med spas, and I love working with health and wellness in general. And I find that like when you really gravitate towards a certain type of personality and you really mesh well with a certain type of personality in business, I love working with doctors and plastic surgeons and injectors, because they're so knowledgeable. They really understand what's important to their business, and they have the money, of course, to be able to invest into their business. And I don't care what business you have. A lot of business owners don't always realize that the importance of investing into your business with marketing. It's so, so important. For Google Ads, for instance, I've taken on every different type of business out there, lots of service businesses. They're all great, but a lot of times business owners don't understand that they really, if they want to grow their business, they want to scale. Even for me, I have to advertise. That's something I have to do as a business owner. And when you resist that because it's going to cost money, then you're not really thinking about, okay, how do I scale? And then I just need to measure my ROI. What's my return on the investment of the marketing? So, in working with doctors and med spas, I just love the fact that they really understand what they want for their business and how they want to scale it. And I've found that pretty consistently across the board for the niche that I'm in.
Nice. Very nice.
Yep.
Looking ahead in the industry, like the digital marketing space and just technology in general is changing all the time. And it has been, it's nothing, that's not anything new. Those of us that have been around since the late 90s into this space, it's like, it's just constant involvement. But what do you see happening and changing in the next 3 to 5 years
Yeah.
inside of the digital marketing space?
Well, obviously, it's on the tip of everybody's tongue, but AI is transforming everything that we do with all marketing. So whether you're making your own content or you're using tools like Opus Clips or NVIDIA AI, there's so many amazing marketing technologies that are backed by OpenAI and ChatGPT. I mean, if you're trying to write, for instance, the copywriting industry, I mean, you can plug your overall structure for what you want to build on a landing page or a website into Claude through Anthropic, and you can get amazing copy results back because that chatbot has been trained on it. And as we see, more and more AI tools coming out, they make it so much easier for somebody who actually knows how to use those tools and knows how to prompt them and knows how to give data to the AI to create really incredible copy for and structure for whatever it may be, if it's a project or if it's just copywriting or website layout. So over the next probably 3 to 5 years, we're going to see a very large transformational shift in how we conduct business. And unfortunately, I think it is going to come down to some job types are going to have to restructure and figure out what they're doing because AI is going to replace much of the basic format of ad copy and even building out websites. You can train an AI to build out a website now. Almost every website provider has it. That being said, the human aspect of this is very important. What you give to AI is what you get out of AI. And if you don't take the time to feed it the right stuff, that's why Claude is so good. It's been fed tons of data for copywriting and book writing and everything else. So that's why you get good results out of it. So if you're using it for a specific purpose in business, as we see that transformational shift, I think it's very important for the average business owner to have a really good sense of how to use these tools. I mean,
Yeah.
it's massive.
Oh, that's awesome. And great feedback and information inside of that to be able to move forward and look forward inside of it. And we definitely don't go without talking about AI at some point during these podcast episodes. It's been great to get to know more about you, Zach, and what you've been doing when in the business world. Are you ready to jump into our lightning round?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
Neither.
If you could grab only one weapon during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
Rocket launcher.
A rocket. That's a good one. That's the biggest one we've heard so far. I think I might have had a tank on here once, but favorite quote or phrase that you think about often?
If you want to get somewhere, just get on the plane.
Okay, there you
That's
go.
my own, actually.
Yeah. One book that has influenced your life the most.
Russell Brunson, in marketing, I've found that the Russell Brunson series, .com Secrets, Traffic Secrets, that trilogy, there's three books, are amazing for anybody that is trying to grow their online business or their presence, internet, whether it's, you know, just through the one-to-many format like Russell Brunson talks about, or just trying to grow your presence online. It's absolutely transformational in the way he lays out how everything works and how you can structure your story and get your message out there.
Nice. Yeah, that's sounds like a great set of books. I'll have to pick it up myself. Biggest obstacle that you have overcome and one lesson that you've learned from it.
Wow. Yeah. Running a business and also being present with children. Obviously, I touched on that earlier. But really figuring out how to do it better than my parents did it and how to do it better than I've seen so many other families. It's so hard to run a business and realize that you're missing out on all this time. So I've overcome that by doing what I'm doing now by, time blocking and running my own company. So that's a big one for me.
Yeah, it definitely is important. And as I'm sitting here thinking, as you were talking about that, and back in our original question that we talked inside of time management and being so critically important is, I've been a business owner the entire time I had kids, and so it's always been an opportunity to say, "Yep, I'm going to go do this," and it's setting those core values, if you will, and your guiding principles as to how you want to run your life and putting your kids ahead of that. And it shows leaps and bounds even to your employees that you're willing to do that and even customers are appreciative of it. As long as you're not dropping the ball with the customer stuff.
That's a great point. I do want to add to that a little bit. When you are trying to bring a new client on, it's really important to set the baseline of what the expectations are and your availability. Because if you don't structure your time, they will absolutely take control of your time. And people are respectful of that time. But if they know that they can get a hold of you every single minute of every day, and that's the expectation, you're setting yourself up for failure because that won't be healthy for you and it won't be healthy for the client relationship.
Yeah, managing expectations is absolutely critical in any business endeavor, around it. And that statement was just so spot on. Big, great nugget right at the end here. So, Zach, how can our listeners collaborate with you if they want to get a hold of you or if they want to work with Pulse Media?
Thank you. Yes. So we have our primary website at pulsemediadigital.com. Our niche specific website is medspatools.com. We actually have our own software and data analysis tools. That is bizflow.ai. And we love to hear from people on Facebook. So that's facebook.com/Pulse Marketing Solutions. You can also find us on YouTube, and that's, of course, youtube.com/Zach Brick. Those are probably the best ways we'd like to hear from you. That being said, we're always available. If you get on our website and you're interested in our services, we provide absolutely probably some of the most comprehensive suites of services. You can book right on and have a scheduled call with me. I'll hop on Zoom, answer any questions. And if we're not a great fit, that's fine too. We're always happy to answer any questions and help any small business owner that's growing.
That sounds great. And all that information for everybody listening will be in the show notes or the description if you are watching this on YouTube. And Zach, it's been such a great pleasure to have you on the show and hear more about what you are doing for the small business community. And listeners out there, until next time.